We kind of see them as an extension of our community. And yes, they might be kind of like an online sales team,
Right.
but they're also educators. They're also extensions of our community.
Hey everybody, welcome back to SUBTA Studios. Chris George here, your SUBTA chairman. Super excited today. I got a great partner with Refersion as well as Caitlin from Sigmatic. But before I start, as you guys know with SUBTA, we're about bringing this community together, providing you guys with a ton of content. So please make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And again, thank you guys so much. We got Richard Carrion, Director of Marketing at Refersion, and Caitlin Holliday, Senior Manager of Retention. Guys, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And so here today, we're getting ready to talk about affiliate marketing. And we know how important that can be for a business and a big part of your customer acquisition. And as every brand, that's like one of their top things is customer acquisition. So before we get into deep details on affiliate marketing, Richard, if you could you just give us, for those that might be new, what is affiliate marketing?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. And I think a lot of us already do it by nature, whether it's being tracked or not. Think of like a form of word of mouth. However, with the way affiliate marketing is built is that a brand will partner with an affiliate, an ambassador, influencer. It can even be a blogger or even publishers. And essentially, there's an agreement that if a sale is driven by the affiliate or a partner in this instance, they will earn a percentage of commission of the sale. And sometimes it could be a series of different types of agreements, whether it's a commission of the sale, or it can sometimes be product, or even in some cases, gift cards to the actual brand store.
I love it. And it's a great way to like build that community, get more sales, get those promoters of your brand to talk about it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, about 81% of brands today are currently using affiliate marketing to some capacity. Some you see it as a referral program. I remember when Uber first came out, it was like share your code with your friends and you'll get a certain percentage back for your next ride. We also see it at gyms. So I see it at Equinox all the time. Hey, refer a friend this holiday season, get $250. So it's something that we see every day. And when it comes to the value that brings to brands, some brands, one example was Pura Vida bracelets, which we all know and love in the D2C space. They actually saw 11% increase in average order value from customers that were referred by an influencer versus those who were not. And even in their case, they even saw a CAC reduction or customer acquisition cost reduction by 7x. So there's a lot of value there for brands to use affiliate marketing.
That's great. And Caitlin, so you're with Sigmatic, and what made you decide to start doing affiliate marketing?
Yeah, great question. And it was actually a part of our original strategy when we came from Europe to break into the US market. So that was back in 2015. And a big part of our expansion at the time was finding these big partners and making agreements with them so that, at the time, we obviously couldn't necessarily afford these big fees. So one way that we like to do it was what we call a hybrid model, which I know that the Refersion team also loves to talk about. But basically, we went to a partner who we knew would be invested in the brand, or their kind of ethos overlapped our ethos. And we said, hey, we can't pay your whole fee, but how about a little bit of fee and a bit of commission? And we found that to be incredibly successful. We ended up getting, it also incentivized the partners to put multiple placements, whether it was emails, podcasts, social media, because they knew that they were getting something out of it as well. So it was really a decision out of kind of necessity, in that we didn't have the budgets to kind of do traditional partnerships. And also it's really important for us as a brand. We're selling functional mushrooms. It's not necessarily a really well understood category. So we found it really important to have people help educate the customer. So bear that load of education. It can't just come from the brand. It also comes from our partners, and they can kind of field those FAQs, like, what does it taste like? What is a functional mushroom? Why should I take it? And so it really helped us in those early days in those ways.
And it could be a really low cost acquisition tool, right? There's not as much risk because you're only paying when somebody converts a sale for you. And I can imagine for a lot of the brands listening that don't have really big budgets, this can be a really good tool, but also they should always be doing this. It should be part of your whole marketing plan, right, Richard? Like what percentage do you think of new acquisition comes from affiliate marketing typically?
So we actually did a research study with the PwC through the Internet Advertising Bureau in the United Kingdom. And what we found last year is that 15% of ad revenue that was spent in 2019 came from affiliate marketing. Now, that is not inclusive of the US market. However, we have seen some brands, specifically within our portfolio, actually seen up to 60% of the revenue being driven from affiliate marketing. But again, that's not always true for every brand. You know, there's no silver bullet. But generally, you might see anywhere between 20 and sometimes upwards of 60% of your revenue coming from that channel.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tremendous number, right? And do you see that, Keelan, that's similar? Like, do you see that range of your customer acquisition coming from affiliate, about that percentage in that 15, 20, 30 range?
Yeah, well, it's worth kind of, pointing out that it's on a spectrum, right? So we have kind of our really big partners like the Tim Ferriss, the Joe Rogan, where we have these kind of hybrid models going on. And then it goes all the way down to micro influencers on social media, and perhaps they're just getting started in the kind of influencer game, and then everything in between. So on the kind of smaller side, that's more like brand awareness. That's more amplifying our own message and creating engagement. So it's kind of harder to measure perhaps that the effects of those partners. But we see our biggest acquisition channel is through partners and podcasters.
And Sigmatic is a coffee subscription, right? For those listening, why don't you tell us really quickly?
Great. Yeah. Yes. Sigmatic, we are a wellness brand. We combine the world's most nutrient-dense ingredients like functional mushrooms and adaptogens with everyday staples. So like you alluded to, coffee, instant and ground are kind of our flagship products. We also have proteins. We have skincares, elixir. We have kind of a whole range of products to make it easy for you just to kind of swap it into your already established routine.
I love that. And so for a product like yours, where typically in a lot of cases when you're entering the market, it's like it needs to be used, right? Either you need to try it or you need an influencer or somebody to talk about it. And so I'm assuming that's why the affiliate marketing works so well, because you have Joe Rogan and these other individuals that have used it, they loved it, so they talk about it and they become basically salespeople for you guys, but they're educating the consumer on the product, right?
Exactly. And we are super, super strict about having anyone who talks about our product have actually tried it, you know, and because we have such a range of SKUs, it's easy for someone to find something they like. Like if they don't drink coffee, we have coffee alternatives. If they don't like this, or if they're looking for this benefit, like immune boosting, like we have, something for that. So we find it super important for it to actually come from an authentic place. And much like coffee, like how do you describe the taste of coffee? We all kind of know the taste of coffee, but if you were to break it down, it's kind of bitter, it's, this and that. So we do like people to have had a personal experience with it in order to describe it honestly, because the best education is from someone you trust, someone you follow, and that's our strategy, and it's worked so far.
And it's got to be really important that the copy or the content they're talking about is authentic, right? So those of you listening, like I'm with you 100%, Caitlin. I don't want anybody talking about my brand unless they really like it. I don't care what you want to charge me. Like, don't do it for the money. Like the money should be the bonus. And if you really like it, then you're going to talk about it authentically. So that makes a lot of sense.
I was going to say, we also see benefits go beyond just commissions, especially for influencers just getting started. So they want to seem like an authority in their communities with their audiences. They want to come to the table with new or very kind of detailed and awesome information for their audiences. So we make sure to also offer that community and education piece that we do, of course, for our customers, but also for our affiliates. So we kind of see them as an extension of our community. And yes, they might be kind of like an online sales team, but they're also educators. They're also extensions of our community.
Richard, what are you seeing that some brands are doing that have done this really well in regards to the affiliate marketing?
Yeah, when it comes to the affiliate marketing component, I think it's the motivational aspect. So how do you move the needle? And a lot of that is very much through human nature. It's incentivization. It's also building an exclusive community. I know Caitlin and I talked about this yesterday about having an exclusive group. I'll be frank with you, I've tried that in the past and it's failed and I learned from it. But there are brands out there that are really crushing it with their influencers. Some other examples in ways of brands actually motivating their influencers are also creating, also having like what's called office hours. So once a week, the influencers affiliates come together if they choose to, and people are sharing best practices on what content's actually performing, what are some strategies that they've applied to their promotions calendar that have really helped move the needle. Also, think of it like an acquisition strategy of new affiliate or new customers, but for affiliates. So having case studies. So like, hey, let's highlight an affiliate that's doing really, really well on the platform and showcase their success. So those have been some of the examples. Another example is using a tier system. So there was a brand, I'm going to use Pure Vita again as an example. When they first launched their affiliate program many years ago, they found that affiliates were really hacking the system by signing up. They would get free product and then never actually move the needle for the brand. So what they did is actually change it up a little bit more. So when an affiliate or ambassador in their case actually hit a threshold of so many sales, they would actually receive some type of incentive. In this case, it was a bracelet, an exclusive bracelet in their case. And then they would hit a certain tier and then they would get access to more stuff. And over time, they've actually had to continue to build out that program because there's so much excitement around it. And I believe they saw over a 300% increase in site traffic because of this change of their program. But they also saw a significant increase of revenue as well. And you can actually check out that full case study on refersion.com. So if you're ever interested in
the power there wasn't in the affiliate making more money, it was getting access to some exclusive items. I think it's very powerful. I think that works powerful in brands in general, right? When you're thinking about marketing in general, I'd rather, instead of giving somebody a free product with purchase, I'd rather give them an exclusive item. I actually think it will work better. I think consumers like that. So for those listening, it's a great little idea we kind of pulled out of there, Richard.
Since 2014, thousands of subscription businesses have recovered over 90% of their failed recurring payments using Cashi's intelligent payment processing. That's next level service. Not only have over $100 million in funds been recovered, our clients have saved over 10,000 hours of staff time, while customers enjoy uninterrupted subscription services. Catch your cash with Cashi.
You at Refersion can make this process pretty easy, right? Like, tell us about that a little bit, because I know that I use you. Every brand I talk about uses you guys. You use them, but tell the audience about that really quickly. You know, how you make it so easy for them to manage their affiliates.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be frank with you. I can say as much as I want about Refersion, but I think only Caitlin can better speak to it than I can. We talk about authenticity and building trust. But just to quickly put it out there, like it's a really great turnkey solution for a lot of brands, both big and small. We actually recently had some large enterprise brands come to us and they're like, we really like you because you're a turnkey solution. We integrate with almost every major e-commerce platform out there, including the Shopify Plus and Shopify community e-commerce platforms. And we actually even go above and beyond with those deep integrations by enhancing those integrations over time. So if you're currently a Shopify Plus customer, we utilize their exclusive Shopify Plus API gift card API, which enables the merchant to actually create gift cards as a form of payment to their influencers or affiliates right within Refersion. And it talks to their store, it provisions that gift card, and then immediately sends that over to the influencer or affiliate for payment. And so those are things that we're always constantly trying to improve for our customers to make it a better experience, but also make their workflows even better. But I think that's all I can really say about that. I would love for Caitlin to talk more about it. She uses the platform, I'm sure, every day.
What do you love about it, Caitlin?
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the things that Richard mentioned that is worth reiterating are the integrations. So as you start to think of your affiliates as a new kind of pocket of VIPs, perhaps, or a new pocket of your community that you really want to nurture, I know we have further developed our Refersion Shopify Plus Klaviyo integration. So making sure that we're constantly speaking to our affiliates, much like, life cycle marketing, like we're speaking to our affiliates as that group together. So it kind of is this marriage between they're themselves consumers and they are interested in the products, but they're also content creators. So how can we integrate it also with our content calendar? So we've done that, which is amazing and super useful. And I would also say for, just to bring it back for those subscription businesses out there, I know Refersion does have an integration with Recharge and perhaps some other recurring payment platforms. We're on Upscribe, which is a sort of alternative to Recharge, but how can you get your affiliates involved in subscriptions, whether that's utilizing the kind of recurring commission structure, which I know you guys offer, or just further incentivizing those types of purchases over a one-time purchase.
That brings me to another question. Do you give a commission for the renewals, or do you just do a one-time?
So we've set up a tiered commission structure, and it's only on the first purchase. So we do encourage our affiliates to talk about the membership, our Subscribe and Save program. Yep. And this is a benefit both to kind of them because there is that extra incentive, but also we want their audience, like it's in the wellness community, like routines are king, right? So we do want them to offer that to their audience as a value add, like get a subscription, make it, not kind of make it easy for yourself.
Have you seen, Richard, any brands that are giving commissions on the renewals?
Yes. Can I tell you who those are? No, but there are brands.
Okay. Yeah. But do you see that it's working? My brain started thinking about this more, and it might get the influencer to get really excited about getting a big check consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Over lifetime. Absolutely. For us, we have an affiliate program ourselves. So we actually work with partners of many capacities, from influencers themselves to partners like brands similar to Sigmatic that will evangelize Refersion across their networks. And we actually do that type of model. Yeah. So they can, if a brand stays on for a long time.
Even if you gave like 15% every month, let's just say, of their purchase.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a 15% customer acquisition cost is still a dream.
Yeah, you can also set it up that like the first purchase you get more, and then it's kind of lesser for the recurring. Or you kind of add bonuses along the way. Like if your customer stays for 6 shipments, like you get this exclusive product or bonus.
I think it's good to A/B. We should try A/B testing some of that stuff, right? A/B testing the different ones, see how they do better. No, that's amazing. Let's talk about what's happened with COVID and the pandemic. Has it changed your business at all, Caitlin? Have you seen more orders online? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we are an omnichannel brand. We have over 5,000 doors across the US. We're on kind of other e-tailers, Amazon.com, Thrive.com, that kind of thing. So we have seen a market shift in our channel mix. So way more D2C. Amazon did well, and then it kind of evened off. Obviously, Amazon Prime Day was a big deal, but our D2C business has really thrived. And we've also seen a shift in our product mix. So before the pandemic, one of our leading kind of benefits was productivity and focus. So there's an awesome functional mushroom called lion's mane, and it's in a lot of our products. And people like Tim Ferriss and Joe Rogan love that mushroom and all the products that we had it in. But then, as people, as the sort of pandemic set in, people shifted to more immune support type of benefits. So that product mix was not a surprise, but we were really happy that we could support both our customers and our affiliates with those sort of benefits.
That's great. What have you seen, Richard? A lot of your brands have probably been jamming with the e-commerce side.
Yes. So at the very beginning, so this is when the lockdowns officially took place. So mid-March, we actually saw a 13% increase in affiliate revenue being driven through our platform. It was a significant increase in a lot of ways, at least, and that's how we compared from this year to last. We were actually starting to see Black Friday and Cyber Monday levels of conversions, which told us something. E-commerce is shifting, and I think we're all on the same boat here. That clearly is the case. But as we get closer to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, the numbers are even higher than they were last year, even on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We're actually looking to do a platform report on just overall average order value, see if there's any delta there, looking at the overall like volume of orders that are being pushed through affiliates and influencers by brand on average. So we're really excited to see what those numbers are looking like. But overall, we've seen a significant increase in affiliates and influencers working with e-commerce brands. I remember even one day somebody messaged me on Slack and they're like, "Hey, did we put like a campaign out because our signups are going through the roof?" I was like, "No, just business as usual."
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I mean, I'm firmly. I mean, this holiday season is going to be the biggest ever, right, in history. So you might even see it be bigger than the next 2 years, like the next years, right? This is going to be really, really big. So I think that brands really need to be thinking about their affiliate marketing, which brings me to like probably my last question for this. Caitlin, how do you suggest brands go about finding affiliates to work with them?
That's interesting. I think it really starts with those niche pockets of communities that already exist. So a good way to see kind of where your product perhaps fits in is to look at your first, 100, 200 either customers or product subscribers, especially. What are they interested in? What online communities or IRL, but maybe not so much now, communities are they involved in? And then who are the authorities and kind of knowledge sharers in those communities? So for us, we just launched our sort of over the last couple of years, our plant-based protein. So we've been kind of involved in a lot of vegan bodybuilding communities or vegan chef communities. And that's how you can kind of either start reaching out or once there's sort of a network effect.
Find that moderator of that group or and get them in the program. Super smart.
Yeah. I would also say, just to tie it back to Black Friday, and this is a huge plug for affiliates, CPAs on traditional advertising platforms are so competitive and increasing this year. Like everyone and their sister has a .com right now. So, how can you find those less expensive CPAs? How can you cut through the noise? Like everyone's email inboxes are exploding already. I mean, if yours looks like mine, and people, SMS is, I would say, another great access point because 99% of people open their texts, but it's very awesome to use affiliates in this way and to get them excited about Black Friday in advance, whether that's just making them feel special, the webinars that Richard talked about, that kind of thing. It's going to be key this year.
And Richard, Refersion has a little bit of a marketplace, right? Or makes it easy to find affiliates. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. So we have what's called Refersion Marketplace. It's the world's fastest growing online affiliate network. And we have about 20,000 plus affiliates and influencers to date and growing. And it's a really great supplement to any brand's current program. And of course, like any other acquisition channel, it's one of many channels that you can utilize to find those influencers. We also work with some great partners like Upfluence and Gatsby, and those folks help also identify influencers within your ecosystem, and this helps you identify them.
So amazing. So for those of you listening, affiliate marketing has got to be part of your growth marketing plan. It's not only just a great way to acquire customers, but you can get it at a really low cost compared to some of the other traditional platforms. Caitlin, thank you so much for being on. Richard, as always, thank you so much for being a great SUBTA partner. Richard, if anybody wants to get a hold of you to learn more about Refersion, how can they do that?
There's a couple ways to do that. You can go to refersion.com and there is a contact us button. You can also create an account for free. It's a 14-day free trial. Get that set up. It takes literally less than 7 minutes to connect your Shopify or Shopify Plus store. and almost any other store. And we actually just recently integrated with Salesforce Commerce Cloud, which is also known as Demandware. So if you're on that platform, we support that too out of the box. Or you can just email us at hello@refersion.com. We're pretty accessible. You can even hit us up on LinkedIn, DM us, you know where to find us.
I appreciate that. And Caitlin, they connect with you on LinkedIn, I assume, right? It's Caitlin Holiday.
Yep, LinkedIn, Caitlin at foursigmatic.com if you do have any questions, affiliate, subscription, or otherwise. And find Four Sigmatic at Four Sigmatic on Instagram.
Perfect. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show. Hopefully we'll see you in Dallas next year for SubSummit, and I'm sure we'll be in touch soon.
Yeah, thanks so much, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.